What's up, everybody? Oh, man. It's crazy, dude. So, I was friends with this group of people like 20 to 25 years ago. And I haven't seen any of these people in like 20 plus years. None of them. You know, when I was a kid, I I used to be very insecure. You know, I didn't like who I was as an individual. I always felt I was into the wrong things, you know what I mean? People that were around me were into, you know, football and BMX and dirt bikes and you know, even when it came to members of the opposite sex, like all my guy friends were just like dudes that wanted to get notches on their belts, right? And I was always the type of dude that was like, no, I want a partner. I want a best friend. I always got along more with chicks than I did with dudes. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that I was raised by a lot of different women. And I mean a lot. You know, between my mom and my aunts and, you know, my grandma and, you know, like even like my probation officers and my parole officers, all women. A majority of like the majority of the bosses I ever had were all women. Like I was just surrounded by women. And yeah, I banged that chick and I banged this chick. It wasn't like that with me. You know, like I am a dude. I still have urges, but um, you know, it's crazy. What's up, Winnington? How you doing tonight? Is my mic on? Yeah, it's on. I don't know. Like this person just posted a bunch of pictures of us from when we were kids, and let's see, it was back in 2003, so 20 years ago. Let's see, so I was 19 at the time, and it's weird. Like I was super skinny, no facial hair, my hair was buzzed, and I remember those days. And I haven't thought about them in 20 years. They were a lot of fun at the time. They were a lot of fun at the time. But looking back now, I mean, it's hard. And the reason why I say it's hard because, like I said, I did not like who I was as a person back then. I was very shy. You know, I was very withdrawn. You know, I had a hard time communicating with people. And I don't know, man. It just like it brought up a lot of good memories and it brought up a lot of bad memories. You know, a few of my friends from back then, a lot of them actually are dead. Um, quite a lot actually. When I first got sober, uh, When I met my wife and I got sober right around the same time. Well, I started trying to get sober. And it's crazy because when my wife and I first got together, we were going to funerals like every fucking weekend. You know what I mean? Like every weekend we were going to a funeral. Now, the way that certain let's just say chemicals, because I don't want to say it because there might be kids watching, but the way that certain chemicals work is, you get a pure chemical that's brought into the country, right? And it's diced up and distributed, and people are doing said chemical, and when the person that's distributing this said chemical, when they get down to about halfway, they dilute it so they can make even more money off it, and they do that a couple times. So by the end of it, the product is so diluted that when people are using this chemical, they're using 3, 4, 5 times as much as they were, than at the start of when this particular amount of product first came in, right? And I had a lot of friends that were dropping like flies. I think in the first few months that my wife and I were together, we went to like 6 different funerals in like a 3-month period. It was just crazy, like crazy stuff. Like it was a crazy time. And the crazy thing is I had gotten a pair of silver bracelets for my birthday, right? And I essentially was told by the city that I lived in, we don't want you here anymore. Go find someplace else to live. And I had life, so I left. I met my wife. I had a family, and I found a different way to live. And right about that time, just all these people started, unaliving themselves by accident, and purposefully too. There were a few. I had a really good friend. Actually, my son is named after him because we found out about his death right about the same time that we found out we were pregnant with our first son, and that's where my son's name came from. And this guy, he never actually was into the whole chemical thing. He was a really good guy, actually. So he graduated from a really prestigious college, and he was driving 90 miles round trip to go help take care of his dad that had a stroke. And on his way back one night, he had just graduated from college, and he had gotten hired by the federal government to design and engineer classified jet engines for the Air Force. Right, which is like none of us were doing that kind of shit. None of us. I mean, all of us. I mean, we might have been working to be like social workers and, like store managers and stuff like that. But this guy, what he was doing was just like next level shit. None of us were doing anything like that. And on his way back one night, he was coming down an old country road, and a drunk driver hit him dead on and killed him. And I had another friend about 2 years later. He had just turned 21. Yeah, he was 4 years younger than me. Maybe he's 5 years younger than me. Yeah, I think he's about 5 or 6 years younger than me. But I had known him all his life. Like, I knew him from when he was a kid, like a baby. And I first met him probably when he was like 3 or 4. Anyway, so yeah, so he was about, I think he was 6 years younger than I was. But he lived, like, we all lived in the neighborhood. We were all friends. Like, it didn't matter what age you were. We were all friends. And, like, because, you know, everybody had brothers and sisters, and he was the younger brother of another friend that I have. The friend that actually shared the pictures that I'm talking about, it was his younger brother. But about 8 years ago, and I actually found this out in prison from a mutual friend, he had, for his 21st birthday, he went to the bar, and his friends were buying him all these drinks, and at some point in time something happened. He got into a fight with his girlfriend, and he went walking home, and fucking drunk driver hit him and killed him, and then took off running, and they never found that guy or girl, whatever. You know, and then, like, looking back, you know, you just start remembering, like, all the relationships that you were in. Man, I got stuck for about an hour thinking about this shit. And it, like, my age really started to set in. I don't know. Kind of freaked me out a little bit. You know, it's a crazy thing when you hit a certain age, and the ideology of your mortality, like, kicks in. Like, you realize that one day is going to be your last day. Whew. Some of the things make me wonder, like, am I being a good enough parent to my kids? You know, am I doing right by my daughter and my sons? I don't know. We had some fun times, though. We had some really fun times. A lot of bad times, too, but, you know, at the same time, it did have its upsides. And there's a few of those people that I still miss today. Even now, like, every now and then, I'll go through their Facebook profile, and it is what it is. It's just, so here we are, starting chapter 2.
My favorite little tourist.
I thought she was gonna say my favorite little turd.
I promised to take you up top. I need a certain someone smashed up all my defense hardware. And now I've got rival dozers muscling in. It's the Junker Coyotes. We never did get on. Always sniffing around and snapping at our heels. They're dull company, tourist. One thing, though. They're using RADMTs, hot from the black market. They might be a pack of dumb animals, but at least they know quality workmanship. Anyway, you know the score. You made this mess, now you get to clean it up. Well, technically, I'm asking you to make a whole new mess. Ah, whatever. You know what to do. Now get out there.
authorize this sortie either. But we shouldn't miss this chance. I'll support you.
Main system, activating combat mode.
Let's get rolling, tourist. Get out there and bag me some coyotes.
They're already moving in, Raven. Let's handle them.
Hey! We got an AC! I've never seen one like that before. Must have got a sweet deal from Carla.
Send in the punchers and kickers!
Custom teas made by our own engineers. When did those hit the black market?
They look like gas fragments, but with enhanced firepower and maneuverability.
Damn it! This wasn't part of the plan!
Can't stand the sound of a whining coyote. Finish him off, tourist. Clean as a whistle. Moving on, tourist.
Enemies detected. I'll mark their location.
I guess what I was trying to get at earlier when I was talking about all that is life is too short to stress and trip about dumb shit. You know, so I get it, it's hard not to. But at the same time, just enjoy the moment that you're in. There are so many times, like looking back on all these pictures and stuff, there's so many times that I remember worrying about the future. Fuck that, dude. Just be there in the moment. Because one of these days, you're going to be sitting 25 years later. God.
This on your own. So I called off my MTs. About time they got some maintenance anyhow.
We got company! And it ain't dumbass Rummy. That one of RAD's newbies.
We'll blow them sky high!
This one is on you for taking out Rummy. You would have kept watch at least.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Confirmed. Coyote force eliminated.
Looks like it's over. Guess I was right to pick you for the job. And now, it's my turn to help you.
One new message.
Guess you noticed that job from Balaam and decided to take it. I see you're heading for the cargo launcher now. Not a bad idea, I'll give you that. Keep heading for the ice field. I'll take care of some loose ends in the meantime.
We're continuing through Grid 086 toward the Intercontinental Cargo Launcher. As promised, Carla has agreed to serve as our guide. I'm not sure how safe it is to trust a dozer. But if we turn her down, we turn her knowledge down as well. One more thing, Raven. Cinder. Carla's nickname? That's what the Rubiconians call survivors of the fires of Ibis. But if the fires happened half a century ago... well, it could just be some dozer inside joke. This will be our third sortie together, Raven. I'm quite enjoying the routine.
Main system, activating combat mode.
Here we go, tourist. I'll lead the way, just as promised. But after this, you owe me one. This elevator goes straight to the top of the grid, the outer shell. Sadly, that's beyond my territory. I mean, once you're out there, the PCA satellites see everything. A few of the stupider dozers took it as a challenge, went out to prove themselves. You can guess what happened.
We've arrived at the top, sending you new marker data. As Carla said, at this altitude we're within firing range of the PCA satellites.
Intruder Intruder detected in Forbidden Sector. Terminating target. Terminating. 50%. Terminating. Intruder detected in Forbidden Sector. Terminating target. AP at 50%.
Well, nowhere to hide now.
Intruder detected in Forbidden Sector. Terminating target. AP at 50%. 2 repair kits remaining. Terminating.
That must be the PCA security system.
AP at 30%. One repair kit remaining. No repair kits remaining.
Well, nowhere to hide now.
Brute force it is then.
Don't get fried.
That's an extremely powerful laser.
Nice moves, tourist.
AP at 50%. Intruder has escaped satellite range. Raising threat level. Intruder detected in Forbidden Sector. Terminating target.
That must be the PCA security system.
remaining.
Well, nowhere to hide now.
Brute force it.
Don't get fried.
That's an extremely powerful laser. Be careful, Raven.
Terminate.
Nice moves, tourist.
Intruder has escaped satellite range. Raising threat level.
No repair kits remaining.
We're not far from the cargo launcher.
Intruder detected near closed facility.
Might as well clean up while you're here, tourist. Never did care for the upstairs neighbors. That's what I like to see. Let's get the cargo launcher ready.
There. Access the container.
I think I'm just gonna head to bed, you guys. I'm so tired. Yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys have a good night. I'm sorry I couldn't be on longer. Today was just a super long day and I don't feel good. But I will catch you guys later. Peace.